Hello! So we're gonna do our first and last concert we went to.
We haven't done one of these in a while.
Yeah.
Do you remember the last concert you went to?
Yeah.
What?
We went together. Churches? Am I saying it right?
Churches? Yeah, churches.
No. It's the XX.
We went to that festival. It was like a festival, and the XX was like not. They were one of the headliners. Anyways,
it was a festival, but we just wanted to see the XX. We're not interested in other artists, so we went at 7:30 basically.
Yeah, basically we skipped the entire day of the festival and then showed up just in time for the XX.
Yeah. So
that was good. They were good live.
Yeah, it was amazing. Actually, it was like I was surprised because it was a music that was good in live, as good as in hearing in a music stereo,
Yeah, so it's kind of tricky with concerts, right?
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, you don't want the music to sound so different from the song that you know. So if you're used to listening to it on iTunes or Spotify or whatever, and it suddenly sounds like way different, it's sort of not satisfying. If it's like too much of a remix, or like if they're not good live, some bands are just not that good live. It's kind of like not fun.
Some musics are not good live.
Right.
Like a lot of music lately has been like, if it's electronic, the sound system is really good. Or the vocalist is not really good in vocal, but it's great music as a sound loungy, but they're just goes like hoo hoo ha ha. But I'm like, why am I paying for a concert there, right?
Well, like we really like Bonobo, and Bonobo came to Korea, and we thought about going.
I didn't go.
Yeah, then both of us were like, well, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna pay $100 to go like listen to some dude on a computer, and it's gonna sound really similar, exactly the same. It's like, it didn't seem, even though we really like him, it's like not exactly concert friendly music.
Exactly. So you said like it's gonna be weird if it's too different, but it's like not great if it's too similar to the stereo you were listening to.
If it's just like listening to the exact same thing live, then you're like, why?
Exactly.
Why am I doing this?
So that was my last.
That was my last concert as well.
Wow. So now the interesting part.
What was your first concert ever?
Lady Gaga concert when I was 22.
Lady Gaga was your first concert.
I know, 22.
So that was like a big stadium concert, I imagine.
Amazing.
Yeah?
She came to Korea, and it was a big. It wasn't one of the times to the stadium. It's like
that's like the big Olympic
stadium.
Stadium is huge, Olympic-sized stadium.
Huge, and then it was me and Lady Gaga's legs, basically.
Oh, so you were in the front.
I was in the front.
Oh, those tickets are so hard to get.
I know, and it was expensive, but I don't.
I'm sure it was like $120.
But I don't recommend, because I couldn't see anything besides the legs. So like the stage was amazing. Like it was like all this like decorative part, and she had 3 parts, and she had like sometimes like she had a motorcycle and she was riding through the stage, but I couldn't see it because I was basically like so up to the stage. It was like.
Well, here's the weird thing though, is a lot of Korean concert places all have seats.
Yeah.
Which I feel like when I was in high school, going to a bunch of concerts, they were almost all like the standing room, like in the back, it was like a Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion in Houston is basically like the bit where all the big concerts come through, and it's just like a grassy hill. So all the cheap seats are just like standing only, and all the expensive places are actual seats in the concert. So the closer you get to the stage, it becomes actual seats. And then the further you get from the stage, it's like standing room only, where I feel like it's backwards in
Korea.
Some other places where it's like some other venues where it's like all standing room just at the front, and then seats are in the back and the balcony.
That's
so
interesting.
When I moved to LA, I went to a couple other concert halls at like the Troubadour and stuff, and it's like probably my favorite because it's just like a club space, so everybody's standing all the time. It's way more fun. Whereas the Blue Square is standing in the front and then seating on the balcony. I saw a couple concerts there.
Okay, it's pretty good. Yeah.
My first concert was, I think I was in middle school.
Ooh.
I can't remember. I actually, honestly, I don't even remember how old I was for my first concert.
Okay.
My sister was a really big Matchbox 20 fan.
What's Matchbox 20?
He did there was a song with Santana featuring the guy from Matchbox 20. It was a big deal.
Let's sing the song.
I can't even remember a Matchbox 20 song. I couldn't even remember one. I'll have to go look it up on my phone. I can't remember one. There was also Lifehouse. Do you remember Lifehouse? So Matchbox 20 and Lifehouse opened. You'll recognize the Lifehouse guy's voice when you hear it. So Lifehouse opened for Matchbox 20, and my sister loved both of those bands, so she wanted to go, and my parents let me go because I was going with my sister. So each of us invited a friend, and so there were 4 of us going, and they dropped us off at the place, and it was like a big indoor concert hall. And the reason I wanted to go was Craig David was opening for Lifehouse.
Craig David! Okay.
Really liked Craig David. And so he was like this, it was his very first album had just come out, Born to Do It.
Yeah.
And I bought that album and I listened to it like all summer. I loved it. He had like such a great voice. I didn't realize he was kind of like a club hit star. So his big hit in the UK was, I guess, Rewind Selecta. And so, but like no one had ever, his big hit in the US was a totally different song. Was, you know, Fill Me In. Fill Me In was the big one. Can you fill me in? Can you feel me? Like calls diverted to answer phone. So Craig David's like one hit was different in the US than it was in the UK. But I really liked the whole album. I loved the whole album. I wanted to go see Craig David. And so it was just literally this like this one guy on a stage, like he had like a little hat, he had his little hat on, and he had his little goatee, and he just kind of stuck with the mic, and he bent over and shuffled the whole concert, and he just like, and he had like a DJ in the back who was like, yeah, so like
and
everyone was just like, everyone sat down because they were just like waiting for the next band. They were waiting for the big band, and I was like, Craig David. But what I remember was really funny about the concert was like, you know, you do the big song that everybody knows at the end. So he did the big Rewind Selecta at the end, and it was literally the song, it wasn't even on the album that he released in the US.
Oh my God.
So everyone was like, what is this song?
That's super awkward.
And only basically me and my sister were like, yeah, singing along to Craig David. And then I was like, great, my concert's done. And then we watched Lifehouse and Matchbox 20.
How was it? How was the actual concert?
Concert was great. It was really great. And my parents, I guess my mom had also liked some of the Lifehouse songs. She was like, oh, you should go, it'll be fun. Cool. That was my first concert.
Okay, then what's your best concert you've been to?
Oh man, it's hard to pick. I had some really good ones.
I mean, Leigh lived in a place, Leigh lived in LA for a while, so she had like a lot of, LA music scene is different than other places, so she has more opportunity to go and find out live band, which I thought it was amazing because Korea don't have that.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like you know which band is coming, you pay for it, and it's booked, or it's sold out, or there's not much.
You have to reserve as soon as the tickets go on sale.
There's no like, oh, there's always like a hall or a place they just play live music.
Oh yeah, I went and saw all sorts of people. Yeah. So I went to like the El Rey and I saw Mike Doty, and that was really good. And so my college boyfriend at the time was like, oh, like, you know, he would say, oh, there's so-and-so is playing at something, and it's like a band that we like kind of vaguely knew, or somebody at the radio station would be like, oh, this new album come out, they're playing in LA in another couple days. So like we wound up going to all these, well, yeah, we'd go to all these concerts of people that I wasn't that interested in, and then most of the time it would suck, but every once in a while you find somebody amazing.
Exactly.
So The Bird and the Bee, if you guys know Adele's song Hello, the producer for that is Greg Kurstin, and Inara George, who's like kind of a vocalist, Greg Kurstin and Inara George got together and they made this like side project band, The Bird and the Bee, because they like the same kind of music.
That's one of my best albums.
So they came out with this first one, and the single was Would You Be My Fucking Boyfriend? That was like the name of the song, and it's like cute. It's really cute. It's like, would you be my fucking boyfriend? It's like it's really, it's very cute. And so they didn't have an album yet. They had just released 2 singles, and so it was the album launch party, and he was like, hey, I know you really like Donnie Darko, and Mike Andrews, who did like some of the score, is like gonna be opening, like we should go. So we went, we have our friends gonna like come sing the song on stage, and she was like in the balcony like drunk up in the green room or whatever, so she came down, and then she got on stage, and she opened her mouth to sing, and I was like, oh crap, it's the girl from 07.
And then I was like, she was telling me the story like weeks ago actually. She was like, yeah, I saw like Sia, and I'm like she was 07. I'm like, what? Sia was 07
They had the vocalist for 07.
It blew my mind.
Yeah, so it was kind of before Sia was Sia. I didn't even know her name at the time.
That's a really good story.
That was a fun one. So, what was your best concert experience?
It was a New Year's Eve concert. Glenn Check concert, and I went with my sister and my sister's friend, and I got like a free ticket from somewhere, and I took my sister and her friend.
Oh, Glenn Check is so good though. That must have been such a fun concert.
Oh no, I actually better. There's a better one.
Better than Glenn Check?
Oh yeah, but that was fun though. Okay, I'm gonna back up. Okay, actually, it's like a similar experience where I was in kind of a art exhibition. HP, the computer or the electronic company, used to fund the creator project. They used to have this like pet project where they funded or they sponsored, they created together and with artists, and they had a lot of like really you know, like they say digital art, there's a lot of different like Korean artists, or it was a big, I mean, I bet they still have a website, but it has a lot of cool like projects like that.
Okay.
And use technology with art and creative. It's mostly they just wanted to fund creative projects.
Okay.
So they had like a big opening or exhibition, and then the headliner was Drunken Tiger, and you know, and Yumire and that whatever gang. So I was like, yeah, I love them. I'm like, I would like to see other exhibition and it's art. So I was just like, when? And
zero expectations.
Zero expectations, like whatever. And then they were like, yeah, here's some other bands they're gonna play. And then there was Idiotape.
Oh.
And I did not know Idiotape at all at the time.
But sometimes that's how you find bands you love.
Exactly. And I had so much fun. It was like a music I never heard, and it was like, oh my
Idiotape
god,
is awesome.
And I danced out the whole concert, which I was not expecting. And then from then I just loved what they were doing, and every time if I have a chance of the concert, I know I'm gonna have a good time. So that was my best concert experience. Yep.
But I feel like because there's no casual concerts like that, it's all big concerts in Korea.
Yeah.
And usually they don't actually have openers. Usually it's like, you show up, they start the concert, they end the concert, it's over. And you're like, oh, it's a very different vibe.
Yeah, it does. Yep.
So just different, not bad, just different. So now we gotta find music otherwise.
Sure. Is there any concerts you went to was good? Or do you have a similar, I bet you guys have similar experiences like this. So tell us on the newsletter.
Yep.
Hit the reply button.
Smash that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. What else can we do? Share it, like it, make sure you turn on notifications.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Happy concert going.